Hi guys, I'm Sophie and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start off with my lips, and for my lips I will be using the Tatcha lip mask. Now that my hair is out of the way, I'm going to also moisturize my face with the Merit Glow Serum. This will add a nice glow to my face. Oh, not a lot. That's better. So just pat that into my skin. You don't want to have dry skin and then putting on matte products. I feel like that just makes your makeup look cakey overall. Now I'm just putting primer on my face. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. I feel like everybody has this, so you might already know, and I'm just dabbing that on under my eye just to prep where we're gonna add a lot of product onto it, and then just put some the leftover on my nose. Make sure that's really tacky. Now for my foundation, I'll be using a YSL All Hours foundation, and I'm in the shade DC9. This is my favorite foundation by far. I absolutely love it, and it does actually last all day on me, which I love, especially if I'm out like really early in the morning. I really don't have to touch it up much with this, and it does give you a good coverage as well. So using my Real Techniques brush, I'm patting this foundation all over my face and making sure it's really blended. Key to flawless makeup is using a sponge. So I'm using my big Real Techniques sponge to just press everything in and shear everything out. Now that my foundation's nice and blended, I will be using YSL concealer. I just received this in the mail and I thank you so much, YSL. This is the new concealers that they just came out with, and this is the new All Hours Precision concealers. I'm grabbing the last shade, which is the darker one, as my base. I like to layer my concealers with dark to light, so I will be using the shade DN5, and I believe it's Deep Neutral 5, I believe. And I'm just gonna go along under the eye, the bridge of my nose, above my lip, and of course my chin. And I'll use the leftover on my forehead. This brush is really nice. You can see it's really pointed. It's really pointed, and make sure that you have a nice definition with your concealer. This is a tapered brush. I'm gonna go ahead and just pat this concealer in. And then I'm gonna follow up with my beauty blender afterwards, just to make sure the edges and the application is nice and seamless. I'm going to also apply the concealer that's left over on my brush on the top of my lids, just to use as a base for my eyeshadow. Now that I think that my concealer is blended enough, I'm gonna go in with my liquid blush, and I'm using the LA Pro Girl, and this is in the shade Kiss. I'm gonna apply that on the high point of my cheek and just do a few dots. Use my Milk Makeup Contour Stick, and this is in the shade Sizzle. I'm gonna use that to warm up around my face. Using my Real Techniques blush brush, I'm gonna blend out the blush. And I like to use patting motions and then swirl once I feel like everything is nice and smooth. To blend out my nose contour, I'm using my e.l.f. brush. And I like to drag it up into the brow and kind of use dragon motions as well to blend out the cream and make sure it's not too harsh. To set my concealer, I'll be using the Laura Mercier Air Powder, and this is in the shade Medium Deep. This is the translucent medium deep powder, and I like to go in with a skin tone powder first, go in with the brighter one just so I'm layering my products nicely. And again, I'll be using my Real Techniques brush, and this is nice and tapered and flat, as you can see. Use the products that's like in the cap, and I swirl around in the brush. And this makes sure that my under eye is nice and smooth. Going in with the light powder first makes the makeup too stark, and I feel like, in my opinion, makes it hard to blend. I'll be using Juvia's Place bronzer palette, and I'll be mixing, honestly, both of these, and I'll be going in and making sure that's set. So wherever I placed the cream, you want to go in afterwards with a powder. As you can see, I'm nice and bronzed. This is a baked blush. The cover broke, but don't mind that. I will be using my same blush brush to go on the high point of my face to add blush, and just using patting motions and then swirling upwards. And also taking it on the inner parts of my face as well. Kind of create that baby doll look. Before I go to my eyes, I'm going to set my brows with the Refy Brow Gel. And I just got this from the Sephora sale, and I really, really like it. This helps keep the little hairs that I have in place. And honestly, I like doing my brows last. I feel like it makes my brows look more natural and less harsh. So if you are the type of girl that does her brows first before foundation, try doing it last and see if it makes a difference to your look. My eyeshadow, I'll be using Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'll be going in with a few brown shades that's over here. Grabbing just a random brush that you have, I'm just gonna go in with the darker shade, and this is in the shade Credit over here. I'm gonna go in with my crease. Next, I'm gonna take Ginger over here and put that on my lid, and I'm gonna stamp that color onto my lid. Gonna grab a clean eyeshadow brush and make sure everything is blended. For my brows, I will be using my Revlon pencil. I like to carve under the brows first and then go on the top and then fill in the middles just quickly with quick flick movements. And then go and flick the front as well. Conceal under my brows, I will still be using the YSL concealer. I'm going to use an angled eyebrow brush. I'm going on the top of my brow as well. And I'm not going to go towards the front, just carve the tail more so, just to give it more of a shape. And then depending on how you want like your shape of your brow to look, you can cut more with the concealer. So this is how it looks right now. And I'm going to, of course, do the same on the other side. Try to drag the product down, so when I blend, it's a bit easier. You already see that it's blended, but not blended all the way. So I would say do that if you struggle with blending your brows, to drag the product down and use a little bit of product with your brows. Use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix to go over top of the brow so they stay. I really like this product also for my brows. It doesn't make them so harsh. So that's it for the brows. Use the Juvia's Place again and use just the second shade and go along my nose bridge. I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place lip pencil, and I absolutely love this pencil. This is in the shade Espresso. It's so hard for me to find a good lip liner that is dark enough and also blends in nicely with my other lip products. I highly recommend this lip pencil. It's also retractable, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. And I like to overline a little bit. I love how easy and like smooth this lip liner is. Like, and it's so pigmented. To blend my lip liner out so it's not so harsh with a brush, and this is super thin, and just go ahead and blend the lip liner out. New fave of mine, I absolutely love it. It is the MAC Creme de Nude lipstick, and this is what it looks like. Super matte and super pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and go over with my lip liner with this. And not gonna lie, it can look kind of crazy, but I use a little bit to go along with it, and then just pat my lips together. Look how pretty that is. I would actually leave this like this and use a matte powder, kind of like a matte powder that's not colored, and leave it matte. Like, I love a matte lip, but I think I'm gonna add some gloss. 0122 clear gloss. You can use any gloss that you like. And shout out to my friend Nay for gifting me the clear gloss. I bought the Newbie gloss. It's like a pinky shade, and we're gonna go ahead and top this off, but first we're gonna go in with the clear gloss and go over top. Newbie, and go in the middle with this. This is super pretty. I love it. Going to set my face with the Caudalie misting spray, and this is a beauty elixir. It helps with smoothing your face, make sure it's nice and glowy, and it also helps with your pores. You can use this when you are not wearing makeup. I like to use it before my makeup, but since I didn't do it today, I will still add it to finish up the face. that concludes the look, and this is my everyday soft glam makeup look. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe so we can talk down in the comments. And of course, if everything that you've seen that you like, go ahead and of course subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.